Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest updates across South Sudan and beyond. Today we bring you major update from South Sudan. First, we'll talk about the court case involving first by President Dr. Machar takes a new turn. Second, we'll talk about authorities in Ye return stolen cattle to local farmers. Third, we'll talk about elderly worker is killed in eastern Equatoria. And finally, a humanitarian aid reached thousands of families in Juba. Before we proceed, please, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell, so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our report with court case of Dr. Machar. South Sudan suspended first by President Dr. Machar appear again in court through his legal team as the special court continue hearing the case against him and 7 others. This time, the focus was not on witness or testimonies. Instead, the discussion centered on digital evidence. A digital forensics expert from South Africa submitted a report again to the court. This report had already been presented before, but judge asked the prosecution to recognize it because the documents were not clear. Some papers were missing page numbers. Some documents were not properly arranged. It was difficult for both the court and defense lawyer to follow the evidence. Because of this confusion, the judge allowed the expert to submit the document again in a proper format. The prosecution team apologized in court. They say many people handled the document which caused the disorder. The defense lawyer raised serious concern. One defense lawyer explained that the report was prepared on August 16, 2025. The Ministry of Justice received it on August 26, 2025. However, authentication certificates were issued later in September, after the special court had already been formed. The defense questioned why were some certificates signed day after the case was already active in court. They pointed out that a notary public certified the document on September 1, 2025. Another certification came from South Africa Department of International Relations on September 5. South Sudan Embassy in Pretoria also authenticated it on September 5. South Sudan Ministry of Foreign Affairs authenticated on September 11. The defense argued that these dates raise concern about how and when the evidence became officially valid. They also said one important authentication was missing from the South African Embassy in Juba. What is this report about? The digital forensic report reportedly linked 7 accused individuals to the Nasser incident. The prosecutor claimed that forces allied with SPLA-IO, Sudan People Liberation Army in opposition, and the Norway Army attacked a military base in Nasser in March 2025. According to the prosecution, 257 soldiers were killed in that attack. A senior commander, General David Majudak, died in the attack, and military equipment worth millions of US dollars was destroyed or taken. The accused face serious charges including murder, conspiracy, terrorism, treason, and crime against humanity. Dr. Machar remains under house arrest. The other accused are being held in detention facility in Juba. The presiding judge postponed the hearing to allow the prosecution to respond to the defense objection. The court session will continue soon. This case is very important for South Sudan's political future. Many citizens are watching closely. We will continue to follow this story. Now let us move to Yei, where there is some positive news after tension between communities. According to the report, 53 stolen cattle returned in Yei. Authorities in Yei County have returned 53 stolen cattle to their rightful owners. The cattle had been taken during a recent raid in the Greater Yei area. Officials say the animals were recovered during security operation carried out with support from the Central Equatorial State Security Team. What led to this operation? The cattle were reportedly taken by suspected army aider earlier in the week. After receiving a report, the state governor ordered security forces to act quickly. This operation is part of a wider effort to reduce conflict between farmers and cattle aiders. There have been rising tension in some part of the country due to land dispute and cattle raid. During the official handover, local leader thanked the security team. Community representative said without the help of the government, the cattle would not have been recovered. They expressed hope that other stolen cattle would also be returned soon. County officials also promised that those responsible for the raid would face the law. They emphasized that stealing livestock is a criminal and will not be is a crime and will not be tolerated. Why this matter? In many South Sudanese communities, cattle are not just animals. They represent wealth, family stability, marriage payment, cultural identity. When cattle are stolen, families suffer deeply. So, the return of these 53 cattle bring relief to many households. From encouraging news in Yei, we are turning to a tragic incident in eastern Equatoria. Our third report is a sad one. It is a breaking news. It is a breaking report. Elder worker killed in Ikotos. According to the report, elder worker was shot and killed in an ambush in Ikotos County. The victim was identified as Lokote Luka. He worked at a primary health care unit and was known in the community. He was traveling home after work when unknown gunmen attacked him at a location known locally as Kampala Corner. Local authorities say the attack happened around 5 p.m. Officials believe the attacker may have come from a nearby village. Investigations are ongoing. Local health officials describe Lokotel as a committed worker. He served many people, especially vulnerable families. Just 1 week before this killing, he had survived another attack. During that earlier incident, his son was injured. This shows that the road has been unsafe for some time. His death leave a serious gap in the local community or in the local health system. Health center in rural areas already struggle with limited staff, limited medicine, and poor road access. Now, one more trained worker is gone. Community leaders are calling for better protection for civilian and health workers. Health workers should be protected, not targeted. Finally, we go to Juba, where thousands of displaced families receive humanitarian support. Aid distributed to 2,000 families in Juba. According to the report, a humanitarian organization distributed emergency assistance to 2,000 vulnerable families in Juba displacement camp. The aid included maize flour, beans, sugar, salt, cooking oil, water containers, soap, water treatment tablet. The support focused on pregnant women, breastfeeding mothers, and children under 5. These groups are at a high risk of malnutrition and disease. Some residents say they were grateful for the assistance. However, they also say the help is not enough. Many families still struggle daily with hunger. With the rainy season approaching, people fear worsening conditions. Food shortage affects children the most. When food run out, sickness increased. Aid worker explained that emergency help is short-term. Once food supplies are finished, families may struggle again. This raises a deeper question. How can long-term solution be created? During the distribution event, the Israeli ambassador spoke about the importance of political stability in South Sudan. He said humanitarian aid is important because, but it is not replace peace and strong leadership. He emphasized that lasting solution must come from within South Sudan and not outside. He expressed hope that one day displacement camp will close and families can return home safely. If you are new to this channel, Changfied YouTube channel, please, I would like you to help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Thank you.